following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
Base hit to right field, and the Lady Dogs take the lead. Drag button down the line. She's going to beat safe. Fly ball deep to left field. Back it goes toward the wall. It is a home run. Hit deep to left field. Back it goes to the wall. It is gone.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, WGAA, the Big Double A. This is Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball on the Big Double A, WGAA 1340 AM and now at 106.1 FM. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app. Let's head down to the field for today's action.
Well, welcome back. Lady Bulldogs won 11-2 over the Hiram Hornets, or 11-3, I should say, over the Hiram Lady Hornets.
12-3.
12. Did they put 12 up?
They put 12.
Okay, well, 12.
Well, they put 12 on Game Changer.
But I think it's officially 11 because it's a 10-run lead. But the Lady Bulldogs will try to sweep this doubleheader here. Excuse me. As
watch out. Cough button.
That's right. Lady Bulldogs will bring the pitcher. Allie Elliott will be starting in the circle for Cedartown in this ball game. I think this is her first time pitching in regular season for this year.
Yep, that's a new arm for us. Normally we see either Shaylee Pittman or Kristen Cash, right? Yes. And so a little bit of a different look for the Lady Dogs. But in this situation, you know, you've got a young pitcher that you can give an opportunity to get out there and see what they can do.
Absolutely.
Pittman, of course, pitched game one. She also pitched in the Woodland game. She would come on in relief and pitch in the Southeast game, and she also got the start in the Pepperell game. You saw Kristen Cash in that Southeast game. So you know you've got Kristen that can pitch. In a pinch, you could go back to Shaylee with some relief if you absolutely had to. So I think this is a good move there by the Cedartown coaching staff.
Well, it's going to be a luxury if you can have her available as a pitcher, as a third pitcher. That would come in handy during a playoff series for sure. When you know if you're down one, if you're splitting a series 1-1 and have a deciding game 3, to have a fresh arm out there available besides your top two. So we'll see how things go. The Hiram Lady Hornets ready to go here in the top of the first inning. And to tell you about it, my friend Sam Branch.
Thank you, Andrew Carter. Lady Dogs 4-0 on the season. They won game one of the doubleheader, as Andrew mentioned, looking to pick up game 2 here and improve to 5-0 on the season, and also remain perfect in region play. First pitch on the way from Elliott, and that misses ball 1. We'll get you the lineup just as soon as Game Changer updates us here. For those of you that missed game 1, the Lady Dogs wearing their all-white uniforms, white top, white bottoms. Cedartown across the front in red, trimmed in black, numbers on the back in red and black. The 1-0 on the way. That one's going to miss high and away. Martinez leading things off here for Hiram. It'll be Martinez, Kimbrell, Lonergan. The 2-0 on the way from Elliott. That one's popped up. It's going to be a play in the infield. Elliott will settle underneath it and make the grab for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down, courtesy of a pop-up.
And good job by Elliott. She took command right there. As soon as it was in the air, she had it tracked immediately. Makes the squeeze for the first out, and here comes Kimbrell.
So Kimbrell will come to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out.
By the way, 5 out of 5 ranking for the Bulldog Fries.
That's what we love to hear. First pitch on the way. That one's going to miss. Ball 1. One of the things that I miss so much about baseball season as well, the concessions. You know, we don't really get to hit the concessions that much during basketball season just because there's not a lot of break. Of course, there is that break, but we just don't get to enjoy it as much as that. Second pitch misses as well, so 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Well, there's not
on
enough
Kimbrell.
time. There's not enough time between games.
There's just not enough. Not enough time.
Unless you get there, an hour before the ball game, but the concession stand isn't open then. And by the time the game's over, that's why you have to find a Buc-ee's somewhere.
That's right. The 2-0 is on the way. That one misses upstairs. Ball 3. So Elliott falling behind Kimbrell here. 3 balls, no strikes to count, with Lonergan waiting on deck. And the pitch on the way. That one's in there, called strike one. So a good battle there by Elliott.
That might have been a generous call there. I thought it might have been a little bit outside, but we'll take it. Now hitters count on Kimbrell.
Kendall Howard behind the plate, catching for the Lady Dogs in this game too. That one's in there for called strike two. Defensively for the Lady Dogs, you've got Westmoreland out in left, Barclay in center field, Washington over in right field. In the infield, from third to first, it's Pittman, Boozer, Rodriguez, and Cash. That one's fouled back. So Kimbrell will stay alive with the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Heather Henry, the designated player, here in game 2 of the doubleheader. And the payoff pitch misses, and that's going to be a 1-out walk for Kimbrell. So she'll go down to first, and that'll bring up Lonergan. So Isabella Lonergan comes up to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. With that loss in game 1, Hiram falls to 0-4 on the season. The Lady Dogs improving to 4-0. First pitch on the way to her, bounces up.
Beautiful.
Tried to throw that really off speed, and it did drop in front of the plate. If she's able to kind of push that one a bit farther, I mean, she might have gotten a strike call or a swing and a miss.
So 1 ball, no strikes to count. Pitch on the way. That one's in there, called strike 1, and you saw Howard kind of pop up and fake the throw down to first, but hang on to it. So the count now even at 1-1.
Talk about a different look there on that pitch. After that really slow one, a hard one there from Elliott, and the strike 1 called.
1-1 on the way, and that one is drilled down the right side, and that is going to be fair, and that's going to be trouble. Washington will have to chase it into the corner. The lead runner is around third. She's going to be waved home, and that's going to be 1 run across for the Hiram Hornets here in the top of the first inning.
You got to tip your hat to Lonergan right there. She hit it down the right field line, and even with the speed of Chastity Washington out there in the corner, it got all the way to the corner, one of the deepest parts over there, and she got to it, held her to a double. Could have been a triple, but it easily drives home the run from first, and they cash in that walk. It's 1-0 Hiram.
So that'll bring up Jones, the catcher. She comes to the plate with 1 out and a runner at second.
Jones was the starting pitcher in the first game. Took the loss for the Lady Hornets.
First pitch on the way from Elliott, misses low and away, ball 1.
That's a good spot. You're right.
So 1 ball, no strike, the count. The wind and the pitch. That was in there, called strike 1 over the outside part of the plate. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
On the barrel here. Ball 6. Let's go 6.
Elliott toes the rubber. The look into Howard. And the pitch. Again, goes with that off speed. Came inside on it and missed. Ball 2.
That one was a lot closer, though.
Hey, good job.
And I tell you that you can see, though, where that pitch could be extremely effective if located well, because it just freezes the hitter.
Just don't hang it.
The 2-1, and that one's hit to the left side, and that one's going to be down. The runner's going to hold, and they're going to waver. There's going to be a play at the plate, and she is safe. They got it into Shaylee Pittman.
Yeah,
And I don't know if Pittman was not expecting the runner to take off or what happened
Pittman
there.
has to turn around there and get the tag down. They had a play at the plate and didn't make it. And, Coach Smith is going to be scratching his head on that one, but they had a easy opportunity there for an out at the plate, but unfortunately it didn't turn into an out. And now we've got 1 out, 2 runs in here on the top of the first inning, and Reyes, the batter, with a runner on first.
First pitch on the way from Elliott. That one's fouled down the third base side. Strike 1. The Braves with some late inning heroics thanks to Travis Darno picking up a win over the San Francisco Giants in 10 innings, 1-0. Again, another late one tonight. First pitch is not going to be until after 9:30 tonight.
I think you and I both caught the replay of that one.
Swing and a miss, strike two. I can assure
Or the
you,
recap.
I caught the recap. I did not stay up for the nightcap. I had on my bed cap by that time. And that will be a wrap on that cap.
That's clever.
0-2 the count, and the pitch is on the way. And that one is hit to the center fielder. It's going to be Haven Barclay who will make the play for out number 2 and get it in with no advance from the runner. So the runner will stay at first, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, no trouble there for Haven. This is kind of shaping out to be a similar situation to Game 1 where Hiram jumped out to a 2-run lead in the first inning. Although it was Dawgs in an error that resulted in that and a couple of RBI hits. Epperson, the batter. Epperson came in as a pinch hitter late in Game 1 and takes low for ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Epperson and Sims both were pinch hitters in Game 1 and are getting the start here in Game 2.
Elliott looks in, and the 1-0 is on the way, and that one is lifted foul. And will land somewhere back behind the press box.
Hit one of our little trees back behind us here. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Yeah, that Bulldog fry is pretty good, but it's enough for 2 people. I'm full for a good day now.
Andrews, taste of the town. The 1-1 on the way. Again with that off-speed one. This time it hangs up, but well out of the zone. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. You know,
that's a dangerous location there because, like you said, if it's just a little bit lower, it's one that she's going to see dead red and
I was about to say that one was enough out of the zone where that one's not going to get you in trouble. That one is lifted to the right side. If it drops in fair territory, it would have been trouble, but it drops foul.
Slicing there like my irons.
I like it. I like it. However, though, if that pitch does drop in a little bit lower, it is trouble. But thankfully, that one hung up too far. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runs already in, 2 out, 1 on. Elliott trying to get out of the first inning, and the pitch is on the way. That one's cut on and fouled back, and the count will remain 2-2. I really enjoyed Todd Blackledge's Taste of the Town segments that he would do. That was one of my favorite parts of college football. I also thought Blackledge was a fairly decent commentator. The 2-2. That one's going to miss outside, ball 3, and the count's now full on Epperson. So a good battle here for Epperson.
On the pitch, running.
Elliott trying to battle for the Lady Dogs, trying to keep this a 2-0 game. 3-2, the payoff on the way. That one's lifted foul. Epperson will stay alive.
Nice. Same thing on the pitch.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. And the payoff pitch. That one is lifted to the left side. It's going to be a play for Boozer, who makes the grab. And that will do it for the first inning, but not before the Hiram Hornets strike for 2. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Cedartown trails 2-0 back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-through. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
We're back as we head now to the bottom half of the first. A couple of runs surrendered by the Lady Bulldogs on a couple of hits. It'll be Haven Barclay, Shaylee Pittman, Kinsley Boozer, and then followed by Kendall Howard, who's starting catcher today. Chastity Washington batting fifth. Kristen Cash batting sixth. Batting seventh will be Mariah Westmoreland. She moves up to seventh in the order. Heather Henry will bat eighth. I believe she'll be the designated player. And Zali Rodriguez, who has really done a great job at second base, has moved down to the ninth position in the batting order. And that's your 9 for the Lady Bulldogs here. And the starting pitcher for the Hiram Hornets is number 11. And we'll get to her as soon as it shows up on Game Changer. But Haven Barclay, who has a on-base streak going for every game so far this year, and her average probably the highest on the team right now with the way she's been getting on base. She'll lead off in the left-handed batter's box.
First pitch on the way to Barclay, shows that bunt, fouled off. So Barclay behind in the count, 0-1. Haven is a threat to bunt. She's a threat to hit it nearly to the fence, a threat to steal, a threat to do just about anything. And that one's hit right back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. And Epperson just about got her head taken off. She will get the start in the center circle as Game Changer just updated it. So Barclay is aboard with a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Shaylee Pittman. And you know that the green light will be on for Barclay.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, it'll be on the first pitch right here.
No Roxanne for the Lady Dogs. Green light, there she goes. Throw down to second base, no slide needed. Did you get the Roxanne reference? You don't have to put on the red line?
Yes, I saw.
There we go.
Yes.
Mid-season form, ladies and gentlemen, didn't you? Only the 5th game of the season. Pittman ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strike. Pitch on the way. Ooh. Buzz the tower.
2-0.
Almost makes you wonder if Top Gun 3 is on the way.
Top Gun Maverick was such a good movie, too.
Such a good
movie.
The 2-0 is on the way. That one's hit to the left side, smacked, and it's going to get down, and that's going to score a run. Pittman will make her way to second base, and she's in there easily with a stand-up RBI double, and the Lady Dogs are on the board 2-1.
That's precisely what you want to see from the top of the order. That's the way they're built, to get aboard and get them in like that. And with the bat there of Shaylee Pittman able to drive home the RBI double, and Lady Dogs have cut the lead in half. It's 2-1, and now here comes Cedartown shortstop. It's Boozer.
Boozer pops up the first pitch that she sees. It'll be the second baseman Reyes that'll make the squeeze, and that'll be out number 1. But it's exactly what you said, Andrew. Get on, get over, get in. And that's kind of the philosophy, and that's what this top of the order is able to do for the Lady Dogs. And Boozer not happy with herself as she popped that first one up and not able to advance the runner. So it'll be up to Kendall Howard, the catcher. She comes to the plate with 1 out and 1 on. First pitch on the way from Epperson to Howard, and that was going to be taken well upstairs, ball 1.
Defense for the Hiram Lady Hornets. Besley in left field, Martinez in center, Lee is in right. Kimbrell at third, Parker at short, Reyes second, Lonergan at first base. So a little bit of a different look here in game 2. Good pitch, strike called, 1 ball, 1 strike. There from Epperson.
Good pitch there, like you said. So the count now even on the Lady Dogs backstop Howard. The 1-1 on the way from Epperson. That was going to be well upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Another beautiful evening here at CHS. The 2-1 on the way. That one right down Broadway. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
So what's the main street in Hiram? I guess it's Main Street.
Buddy.
It's 92. Highway 92 goes right through their downtown.
You got me.
So right down 92.
And that one's hit up the middle, and that one is going to get through, and they're going to wave the runner, and she is going to be caught. They throw her out at home, and that's going to be the second out of the inning.
Let me tell you something. That was a great play there by the Hiram Lady Hornets. I'm kind of surprised we sent her right there. I mean, she rounded third, not quite at top speed, and I think she might have been a little surprised she was getting sent too. But that little hesitation there cost us the out, and now a runner on second base. And here's Chastity Washington, maybe a chance for her to tie the ball game.
Chloe Ramey has come in to courtesy run for Kendall Howard, the catcher.
Well, once again, Kendall Howard getting aboard, and she's done a great job in the cleanup spot for the Lady Dogs this year.
So we'll see what Chastity Washington is able to do here. The first pitch on the way to her, and she pops that one a mile in the air. And it's going to be well out of play and hit right above my head.
All that asbestos falling on us right now. Take a deep breath, Sam.
Got that right.
Nothing in one the count.
Yee.
I kid, of course.
Occupational hazard right there. That's right.
There's no asbestos in here. It's nothing but iron and swing and a miss.
So Washington behind.
Or fouled it, I guess.
Yeah, got just enough of it behind in the count. 0-2. You want to get that runner in from second. The Lady Dogs have been able to put 1 run on the board, but trail 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. 0-2 the count. On the Lady Dogs right fielder, that one's taken well upstairs. Ball 1. So good eye by Washington.
I talked to Chastity between the games when I was getting my Bulldog fries, and she said she asked if she wanted to bet $20 she would hit a home run. I said, just hit it hard. That's all I want you to do. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But if she hits a home run, I'll be happy.
I was going to say, will you pony up?
Well, I don't have a $20 bill. So.
I don't either. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. Pitch on the way to Washington. That one misses upstairs. She's taken an 0-2 count and now worked it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
But if she can hit it as hard as she did, and I thought that ball she hit in game 1 was going to get out of here. It was going back. She told me she thought she hit it out too. She's been hitting the ball hard when she doesn't get under it. So let's see if she can do it here on a 3-2 pitch.
Pitch on the way to Washington. That one's hit to the left side.
Get out of here.
It's going to be deep. It's going to be deep. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. Washington rounds second. She's going to be in at third. And the game is tied 2-2 off the bat of Chastity Washington, who missed it by inches.
It literally hit off that red line on the wall. It was almost out of here. And she's able to go all the way in for that triple.
Atta girl. You almost spoke it into existence.
How can you not cheer for this girl? She is literally one of my favorite people.
She absolutely is. That'll bring up Kristen Cash with a chance to put the Lady Dogs on top. 2-2 your score. And the first pitch on the way from Epperson. And that one is hit a mile. It's going to go all to the wall. Cash has put the Lady Dogs on top. Back-to-back big hits from the Lady Dogs. Nobody's covering third, but then they come in. The tag is applied, and Cash will be thrown out at third, but not before the Lady Dogs are able to strike for 3 and take the lead. 3-2 is your score. We'll go to the top of the second. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Well, that was an entertaining first inning. Cedartown now leading 3-2 as we head to the top of the second. Sims will lead it off, followed by Lee and then Parker.
First pitch on the way. Misses ball one.
Man, we all were like, get out of here, ball, when chance to hit that ball deep to left field.
Elliott still out on the mound for the Lady Dogs. That one misses upstairs, ball two. Washington came through with the big hit to tie the ball game, and then Kristen Cash came through with the big hit to give the Lady Dogs the lead. Hiram would strike for two in the top of the first. Cedartown would answer with three in the bottom. 2-0 the count. That one's in the dirt, ball three. So not the way you want to start things off. To quote Andrew Carter from game one, not the way you want to start things off after you get the lead.
Yep.
I believe you made that same exact statement during game one.
I did.
The 3-0, and the pitch is well upstairs. So a four-pitch walk to Sims to lead things off here in the top of the second, and that will bring up Lee, who's getting the start over in right field here in game two. So Lee's going to grab a bat. You hear let's turn two, ladies. We were able to do that in game one. We'll see if we can do it here again. The pitch from Elliott is in there. Back Lee off the plate a little bit. Strike one.
Yeah, that was a pitch that was kind of going in on her, but caught the inside corner.
So the 0-1 swing and a miss, strike two. Good pitch there by Elliott.
Yeah, that one disappeared on her. Late break on it. Nothing in two.
Runner over at first base. And the 0-2. In there, called strike three right down College Street.
Good
First
morning,
out.
good afternoon, good night. Quite a good pitch selection there.
It'll be the shortstop, Parker, in the number 9 hole in the batting order. So she comes to the plate with one on and one out. First pitch on the way to her, well outside, ball one.
Yeah, after the walk, that's a good thing to see there, the quick strikeout. And the way the infield defense has been playing today, a ground ball could get you double play.
The 1-0 on the way from Elliott, and that is lifted to the right side of foul territory, and it will be in the Hiram dugout for strike one. So the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Against the Hiram shortstop. Loose softball corral. The sun setting, glaring in.
It's about to be pleasant here.
It is. But right now it's kind of glaring in on the first base side and the catcher. But it won't be that way for long.
I'll tell you, this morning felt great.
The 1-1 is lifted foul. It did when I left my house.
64?
Right at that mid-60 range, and it was nice.
Yes.
It was nice. I almost said a four-letter word that begins with an F. That's a nice one.
Fair?
Fall.
Fall. Fair fall. That's fouled away, still strike two.
Also a four-letter word that begins with F.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strike, 1 on, 1 out.
Fair weather.
It'll be here before we know it, thank goodness.
And the fair will be here before we know it.
Yes, a couple weeks. 1-2 on the way. That one misses. Ball 2.
Not by much, man. I'll tell you, from the center field camera, looks really good, but Elliott doesn't get the call.
Would you say by the hair of its chinny chin chin, possibly?
That's yeah. I would.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That one misses upstairs. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Parker. Oh no, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Full count. I'm behind. The payoff pitch.
Another one that was a little maybe low, but it was right over the plate. And another base on balls, first and second. But I'm with you, Sam. I thought that was pretty close.
So now we'll go back to the top of the order to Martinez, the center fielder, who is 0 for 1.
But from the center field camera, it did look a little bit low. But it was right over the plate.
Okay. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Pitch on the way from Elliott. Ooh, plunked her. So that's going to load them.
Things are getting a little too interesting here in the second inning.
Little spicy. Time called, and Kendall Howard, I think, is going to go out and talk to her pitcher and just make sure everything's good.
Sun is just about to go behind the pines as we were talking. The shadows on the field are long, and we're going to really start to see those shadows come into play here in the next 15 minutes. So right now, Hiram trails 3-2, but the base is full here in the top of the second with only 1 out.
I wonder if they have it. Do they have anything at their high school that they refer to as the Hornets' Nest?
I'm sure they do.
Like a field,
well, we've got several
or
Hiram,
basketball.
We've got several Hiram fans watching on Facebook and maybe YouTube as well right now.
I'd love a comment.
Maybe could answer that question for us.
First pitch on the way to Kimbrell. That must have missed upstairs. Ball 1.
Yeah, it was. It was up.
I hope that something there is nicknamed the Hornets' Nest.
Like here we have the Dog Pound.
That's right.
Dog House.
That's right. The 1-0 on the way from Elliott. That one misses upstairs, ball 2.
And in Cartersville, you have the Storm Center.
Yep.
For their gym. Of course, at Jacksonville, here we have time as we have a pitching visit. At Jacksonville, has nothing to do with the university, but you've got the cockpit, which used to be a convenience store.
It did.
Right across from the stadium. Now it's a restaurant called Struts, and it's one of my favorite places to eat.
Fantastic.
Yes, we got to go down to Jack State sometime.
Anytime, my friend.
Yeah, go to Cooter Brown's.
We will fit it into our extremely flexible, open schedule that you and I have.
I mean, it really is.
It's wide open. I don't understand why we're not down there more often, honestly.
I'm telling you.
So the pitching mound visit is over, and Elliott will toe the rubber and get back to work here. 2 balls, no strikes to count against Kimbrell. The bases are loaded, full of Hornets. Pitch on the way, and they're called strike 1. Good pitch there from Elliott. I was debating this with a coworker of mine. She's a few years younger than me. Recent graduate. That one is hit up the middle. A chance for 2. They'll step on second. They'll fire to first, but not in time. So 1 run will score, and it will tie the ball game.
That was a great throw over to first, though. I'm telling you.
3 runs apiece, yeah.
Made it a close play, closer than it probably should have been. They eliminate that runner in the middle of the infield. They're down at the corners, but you're right, Sam, and we're now tied up. And that will bring up, let's see. Lonergan, yes.
So we've got runners at the corners, 2 outs, and it's tied at 3-3.
Lonergan 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI.
She's a recent graduate of Sonoraville, and they are the Phoenix. What is their football stadium called? That one misses. It's not
the Furnace.
Is it the Furnace? Thank you.
Yes, I think it's the Furnace.
She and I were going back and forth about it, and I said, "Is it the Furnace? Is it something to do with the Inferno? Is it?" And we went back and forth on this. She just graduated from there 3 or 4 years ago, but she couldn't remember. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Runner goes. Throw down to second. The runner will come home. We missed the tag, and Hiram has jumped out to a 4-3 lead.
It was really close a second, though. I mean, slight tag, try to get it down there, and Hiram takes advantage of the delayed steal on the throw. And that's one of the oldest tricks in the book, and they get a run back and get the lead back 4-3. 2-0 the count.
Pitch on the way from Elliott. And that one is hit hard again to the left side, and that one's going to go to the wall. That one's going to score a run. Lonergan is going to round first, and she is going to be tagged out at second. But not before Hiram is able to strike for 3 and take a two-run lead. It is 5-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. The Lady Dogs have to go back to work with the bats. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Well, Sam, I think we just got to get back to basics here, get some offense going as the Lady Bulldogs now trail 5-3 here in the bottom half of the second. It's going to be Mariah Westmoreland who is going to get a turn as the 7th batter in the lineup.
Yeah, she's normally in that 9 spot, but it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up as she looked to go with that drag bunt. Fouled it off at the plate, and she's now behind in the count, 0-1. And you're right, just got to get back to the basics and climb back in this one. The Lady Dogs trailed 2-0 going into the bottom of the first, but would strike for 3. Hiram would come back, strike for 3 in the top of the second, and take a 5-3 lead. She pops this one over to the left side. It'll be the shortstop Parker that makes the grab just beyond in the outfield grass for out number 1. So Westmoreland retired on the fly out to the shortstop, and that'll bring up Heather Henry. Henry batting in the number 8 spot. So Henry climbs in. And she comes to the plate with nobody on and 1 out. And Epperson is ready to go. First pitch on the way. That one's in there. Called strike 1. The 0-1 to number 1. That one's taken high and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch on the way. That one misses, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Heather Henry.
Cartersville beat Woodland 8-5 today. They don't have a doubleheader. It's just a single game. 8-5 win, so they improved their record to 3-2.
Pitch on the way. That one's smacked down the third base side. A good stab there by Kimbrell. She'll fire on to first. It gets away from the first baseman. Henry's on her way to second. She's going to come to third. Heather Henry's going to be in at third standing. So after the throw got away from the first baseman, Heather Henry stands over at third base with 1 out. Good job there by that young lady to hustle around. And now the Lady Dogs have a runner in scoring position, and that's going to bring up Zolly Rodriguez with 1 out. Kimbrell made a good stab at it over at third base, just not a good throw over to first.
Zolly was hit for in game 1. This is her first trip to the plate today.
First pitch on the way. Misses, ball 1.
Big chance for her to help the team here, down now 5-3 here in the bottom half of the second.
1-0 on the way. That one's popped straight back. 1-1.
Also checking some scores around the region. Midway through the 7th inning, Altoona leads Dalton 7-0.
Ooh. That one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That is also not a doubleheader. It's just one single ball game. Cedartown will face Altoona, who is undefeated at 2-0 right now, and on their way to being 3-0.
The 2-1, and that one's smacked down the left side, but foul.
Well, I tell you what, Heather Henry had a dance around that one. That came right at her feet, standing over at third base.
And had it been fair, that would have easily scored Heather Henry, and Zali Rodriguez would have gotten extra bases out of it. But instead, it takes the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Rodriguez will stand in. The pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt, rolls up. And the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. On Ziley Rodriguez, the Lady Dogs' second base in this game 2 here of the doubleheader. And the payoff pitch on the way. That was going to miss well upstairs, and Ziley Rodriguez is aboard with a 1-out walk.
Well, what that does, it flips it back to the top of the order.
Exactly where you want it to be.
Exactly.
Haven Barclay, 1 for 1 with a run scored. A chance to claw right back into this one, and this is where the Lady Dogs want to be. Down 2 runs. Runners on the corners with 1 out. First pitch on the way. She showed the drag bunt. Pitch got away. Here comes the run. The play. No. The throw went to home. No catch made. Now Rodriguez is going to come in from third. The throw. No. Everybody is safe. Tie ball game 5-5.
Well, talk about one play changes the game completely. 2-run flip. And not even Haven Barclay didn't have to take the bat out off of her shoulder on that. And Cedartown now has tied it up 5-5. 1 ball, no strikes.
Heather Henry came home on the pass ball. Ziley Rodriguez would go all the way up to third. They would try to throw down. And then Barclay's just going to dump that one just beyond the pitcher. And now they're in a foot race to second. And Barclay is going to be tagged out trying to make it to second. Nobody was covering the bag, but then they were able to come in from the shortstop position and make the tag over at second for out number 2.
And Haven has to slide right there if that defender's coming at her to try to avoid that tag. And I think Coach Smith was saying that. But I agree with you. I don't disagree with her going to second base because, like you said, the bag was not covered, and they weren't really paying attention. But once they did, they were able to get that tag down, and now it's 2 outs and nobody on base.
That'll bring up Shaylee Pittman. So now we're back even at 5-5. Pitch on the way to Pittman. That one's upstairs. Ball 1.
Cass defeated Southeast Whitfield today 11-3, and Southeast Whitfield now 0-6. I'll tell you how Cass is doing here in a moment. Cass, another pretty good ball team in this region.
That one's popped out of play. Back behind the press box here, so the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Cass is 3-2.
That one's popped to the left side. Going to be a tough play for Beasley or Parker, and it's just going to drop in no man's land. And Shaylee Pittman will be in standing at second base with a 2-out double. That was going to be a tough play for both Beasley and Parker. Beasley coming in from her spot in left field. Parker retreating out from her spot at the shortstop, and it just kind of dropped in no man's land.
Yep.
So Kinsley Boozer comes to the plate, and if you remember, Andrew, she was not happy with herself her last at bat, wanting some redemption here. She watches the first pitch well out of the zone, ball 1. Runner at second, 2 outs, but an opportunity to put the Lady Dogs back on top here in the bottom of the second after tying it up. That one's going to get away from the catcher, and Pittman's going to move up to third.
Well, it's all about taking advantage of the hands you've been dealt, and Lady Bulldogs trying to do that here in this second inning. 2 balls, no strikes. The go-ahead run at third base.
And the 2-0. And that one is smacked to center field, and that's going to get down, and the Lady Dogs are on top. Boozer's going to go to second. She's going to round second, and now she's going to come into third. And she's going to have an RBI triple, and the Lady Dogs are on top 6-5.
That was a rope shot to right center field that was gap bound. That was absolutely torched. And the Lady Bulldogs now lead it by a score of 6-5.
Kendall Howard will come to the plate. Howard 1 for 1 on the afternoon.
Now, why does Game Changer say 6-4? That's upstairs, ball 1.
I don't know.
Let me see if Hiram says the same thing. I mean, we could have messed something up somewhere, but.
Pitch on the way. That one is lifted to the right side and out of play. Foul ball.
Yeah, Hiram has 6-5 like we do. So I think somebody missed something on our end. Maybe they'll.
I would concur with you.
Yes.
So 6-5 is your score.
Somebody on the back porch?
Pitch on the way, and that one is driven to right center. That one's going to get down.
Same place.
7-5. Howard is on her way to second base, and she's going to be in there with an RBI double. And the hits just keep on coming for the Lady Dogs.
Boy, you got to love it. 4 runs across here in this second inning with 2 outs.
Going to have a courtesy runner in the form of Chloe Ramey. And that'll bring up Chastity Washington.
Almost hit it out of the ballpark her last time up.
Washington 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored.
Triple.
Yes, a big 1 for 1.
Catcher pitcher conference in the circle happening right now between the Hiram Lady Hornets. Epperson and Jones talking it out.
Let's go.
Now we're ready to go to work.
Well, I also told Chastity when she told me about that $20, I was like, I don't bet on high school sports. So,
good man.
I'll give you a high five. Well,
big cut right
she
there,
was
buddy.
thinking homer right there.
She wanted to put it on the roof of West Side with that one. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, that one she hit last. Sean said it well. It was 199.9 feet.
That one misses. Ball 1.
Yeah, high and away there for Chastity.
1 ball, 1 strike to count on the Lady Dogs right fielder. Pitch on the way. And then that one is going to hit her. She's not going to get a chance to hit that one out of the park. So Washington will trot down to first with 2 outs, and that'll put runners at first and second, and that will bring up Kristen Cash. 7-5 your score. Lady Dogs striking for 4 runs so far here in the bottom of the second inning. A 2-run lead against Hiram, trying to take game 2 here of the doubleheader. Cash, 1 for 1 with an RBI. Pitch on the way to her. Strike 1.
L's right there. Pretty good pitch there from Epperson.
And the pitch. That one is hit to the right side. The right fielder will camp out underneath it and make the grab for out number 3. But not before the Lady Dogs strike for 4 and take a 2-run lead. We'll go to the top of the third. Your score, Cedartown 7, Hiram 5. Back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
And we head to the top of the third. 7-5 the score. 7 runs on already 10 hits for Cedartown. 4-3-2 for Hiram. Lady Dogs need, as we were talking about, a shutdown inning here from our starting pitcher, Allie Elliott, who's out there. And Hiram will bring to the plate number 8 for them. And that would be somebody else. We'll tell you who it is in a moment.
I believe it's Jones.
Jones. Thank you. 6. Number 6, Jones.
Little off-speed pitch there did not work. Ball 1.
Floated. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, it is Jones. Jones 1 for 1 with an RBI.
So 4, 5, and 6 due up. 1-0 on the way. That one misses just upstairs. Ball 2.
Be smart. Be smart. Get on base some way, somehow.
So the designated player is now batting for the, in this game, the pitcher. Elliott not swinging a bat in this ball game.
The 2-0 on the way. That one misses. Ball 3. If you remember, Elliott started off the second inning with a 4-pitch walk.
And then 3 runs came across.
We don't want to repeat that here. 3-0 the count on the Hornets backstop. Pitch on the way. Strike 1.
That's a good pitch. Exactly what you need to do on a 3-0 pitch. Get it right in there in the zone and see if she throws it there again. A good place to do it. 3 balls and a strike.
Elliott comes set. The pitch on the way. Big cut, and that one is going to be out of play, and will find the fenced in little kind of bullpen area over there to the left side. So 3 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Shaylee Pittman is playing the hot corner in this ball game, and she gave it a run, but
she gave it a solid attempt there.
Slammed on the brakes as soon as she got to the fence, and she didn't want to go full force into that fence.
Full count, payoff pitch on the way, and it will be right to Pittman and off of her glove. And so Jones will be aboard to lead off the top of the 3rd inning. The hot corner strikes again. And Jones is aboard, and that will bring up Reyes.
That'll be an E5 on Pittman. And no one knows more than her that play should have been made. So hopefully Lady Dogs can work around this base runner as Reyes comes to the plate. Reyes is 0 for 1.
Yeah, we have a courtesy runner over at first for Jones in the form of number 18, I believe, if I'm reading that correctly. First pitch, missed ball 1. 1 ball, no strike the count on Reyes. Reyes 0 for 1.
Well, those cicadas are loud tonight.
Loud and proud, my friend, loud and proud. That is the song of the South. The 0-1, swing and a miss, big cut, the throw back to first, but the runner back safely. I tell you what, though, I like the throw down from Howard. The courtesy runner was not paying any sort of attention. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike on Reyes. And here comes the pitch from Elliott. That one misses, ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Allie Elliott getting the start for the first time this season for the Lady Dogs here in varsity play. Game 2 of the doubleheader here against Hiram. The 2-1 on the way. That little off speed plunks her. And she gives an Academy Award winning performance before going down to first base, and we will have runners at first and second.
Still trying to find that first out, Sam, and you know, not the way you wanted the inning to go here in the third. Epperson, who is a pretty good bat, will come to the plate. 0 for 1 in this ball game, though.
First pitch on the way from Elliott. Misses upstairs, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike count.
Yeah, Elliott's total right now, 61 pitches, only 29 strikes. So she'd love to have that ratio a little bit better.
Pitch on the way. That one's going to miss. Ball 2. Cedartown right now clean to a 2-run lead, 7-5 your score. They picked up a big win in game 1. Cedartown scoring double-digit runs in back-to-back games.
Love to see it.
That one missing as well, 3-0. Runners at first and second. Like you said, still looking for the first out of the inning.
Well, the way things are going, both teams could have a chance at 10. The way it's going right now, Cedartown, scoring 4 runs in the bottom half of the second, 3 runs in the first inning. It's been an offensive show so far. So, I mean, we could be in double digits again here. But the Lady Dogs have got to find a way to retire a batter here. 3 balls and no strikes to Epperson.
When do you think the last time the Lady Dogs went back-to-back games scoring double-digit runs?
It's been a minute, I think. It's also been a minute that Cedartown's been 4-0.
Trying to go 5-0 if they can pick up the win here. Good pitch there by Elliott to battle back. Also a good chance and some good leadership there, I think, by Howard to take the time and go out and talk to Elliott, calm her down as she battles back there with a strike to get it to a 3-1 count. But you got to continue to battle here. 3-1 the count. Pitch on the way. That one's hit to the left side. It's going to be a play for Westmoreland. She'll make the grab for out number 1 and get it in, and nobody will move up. So a good piece of pitching there by Elliott to get the first out, and good defensive play there by Westmoreland.
Westmoreland kind of had to turn a little bit when that ball came toward her, but was able to get underneath and set herself and made the catch, and a good throw in there to get the first out, a big first out.
That'll bring up Sims. Sims walked in her first plate appearance and then would later come around to score. First pitch to her in there, called strike 1 right down Wissahickon. We're going to pull out all the streets tonight.
All of them.
Yep. Oh, 1 the count.
How about another tree one?
I'll work on it. That one's fouled off down to the right side and out of play.
You've got
0-2.
You've got spruce, you've got pine, you've got chestnut, walnut, you've got persimmon.
Yep.
You've got. There isn't an apple street in Cedartown. That's one we don't have, but no Peachtree Street. No, there is Peachtree.
Yes, there's a Peachtree.
There's a Peachtree Street.
0-2 the count. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch on the way. Missed, ball 1.
Elliott does have 1 strikeout. She struck out Lee, who is on deck.
One ball, 2 strikes.
How about her second strikeout here?
The pitch on the way. A little blooper over Rodriguez's head, but they're going to try to have a play. Nope, Washington's just going to have to put it in her pocket. She couldn't get it out of her glove.
I'm telling you, though, if she can get it out of her glove, she might not have had a play at second, but she probably would have had a play at third base. But unfortunately, that little bobble there allowed them all to reach there. And its base is full with 1 out here in the top of the third. Tying run at second, go ahead run at first. And do we have a?
Yes, we have a pinch hitter, correct, Sean? Number 16, Kristen Hazard.
Yeah, so Hazard played in the first game, and she is going to pinch hit for Lee, who struck out her last time up.
So Hazard comes to the plate with the bases juiced and 1 out.
Hiram's hoping to at least tie it up here with the bases full.
First pitch on the way from Elliott, and that one misses. Ball 1.
Good job there by Kendall Howard to corral that.
That saved the run right there.
Sure did. Cedartown 7, Hiram 5, but they're threatening with the bases full and 1 out here in the top of the third.
Pitch on the way from Elliott. That one misses. Ball 2.
Dig deep right here. Let's go. Hey, right down the middle. Right down the middle. Let's go.
Jones at third. Reyes at second. Sims over at first for Hiram. 2-0 the count, 1 out. That one's going to miss, and again,
wow,
a good stab out there by Howard to save a run.
What you don't want to do here, Sam, obviously you don't want to walk home a run, but you got to throw a strike. It's got to be right down the middle, and I think Hazard knows that, and this is a very dangerous pitch.
The 3-0. Miss. Ball 4. That's going to walk in a run, and it's 7-6.
Here comes Coach Smith out of the dugout. They're going to gather the infield in for a meeting. And does Coach make the call here? You know, one thing we've known about Coach Smith, yeah, he will make the call. You don't really know until the very last moment when he goes out there if he's going to make the call. And he will make the call. Looks like they're going to give the ball to Kristen Cash. So, with the bases loaded, 1 out, a 7-6 lead for Cedartown, but that lead is in jeopardy. We'll come back after 60 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Kristen Cash takes over in the circle for Cedartown. Close the book on Elliott. She goes 2 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, and only 1 strikeout. And all 3 runners on base are her responsibility. So we'll see if Kristen Cash can put out the fire. Cedartown has been back and forth in this ball game. Hiram scored first. Cedartown took the lead, but then Hiram got the lead back in the second. We took it back in the bottom half, and now Hiram trying to fight their way back. And she will face Parker here in the lineup it's the 9th person in the lineup for the Hiram Hornets.
First pitch on the way from Cash. That one misses. You have to tip your cap there to Elliott. I think for her first start of the season, Andrew, a good start. She ran into some trouble. She gave up more runs, obviously, than she wanted to, but she also battled through some pretty tough situations. Cash is going to have to battle here. The 1-0 misses, ball 2. She inherits the bases loaded and only a 1-run lead and only 1 out. But you know what you're getting when you put Kristen Cash on the circle, and you know she can get you out of this situation. So the 2-0, a chopper at the plate, foul ball. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Lady Dogs obviously wanting to pick up a win here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. They picked up a win in Game 1, a big win. At that, another double-digit score for the Lady Dogs. They scored double-digit runs in the win over Woodland.
Hey, there you go.
They almost scored double-digit there in the win over Pepperell, scoring 9. That one misses. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
You got to be careful. A walk would tie the game at 7.
And you don't want to do that. You've already walked in 1 run. You don't want to walk in another one and tie it up. So the 3-1 from Cash. That one's in there. Called strike 2, and the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Let's go.
Parker stands in. Cash, the look in. The pitch on the way. Called strike 3. She thought she was headed to first on a walk, but home plate umpire says no thanks. Out number 2.
I'm telling you, that's a borderline call right there. It was stretching the upper part of the zone, but it was gutsy pitch there from Kristen Cash there, and that's out number 2 and a big second out. As you mentioned, Martinez 0 for 1 with the bases full here in 2 outs.
Back to the top of the order. First pitch on the way from Cash, and that one's fouled off to the right side, and that's going to find the parking lot, and I lost it. Did it find a car? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Let me tell you what. I will tell you with almost 100% certainty, it will not find my car.
No, because you're
on the road.
On the road.
On the road again. The 0-1 pitch on the way.
Thank you, Willie.
A chopper to the shortstop. It'll be Boozer. She'll take the short route to second for out number 3.
Great job there to get out of that mess.
Got out of a big one. The Hornets strike for 1. It is a 1-run game as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Lady Dogs 7, Hiram 6. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School. The Lady Dogs softball, 7-6 the score. Glad to be along with you here on the Cedartown High School Sports Network.
You almost had me doing my best John Legend. And that would have been unfortunate for everyone involved.
Listen, another gust of wind just came in the window here.
I'm here for it.
We had for those who weren't with us right before game 1 started, we had an enormous gust of wind coming from center field that knocked half the ad signs off of the outfield fence. Lady Dogs looking to add on here in the bottom half of the 3rd.
Mariah Westmoreland will come to the plate. First pitch is smacked to the left side. That's going to find the grass just beyond the dirt, and Westmoreland is going to round first. She's on her way to second. Head first slide, and she is safe.
Wow.
She got in there underneath the slide, and Westmoreland, what a gutsy call there to head to second and get underneath that slide.
Goodness gracious.
We also have a pitching change. Hedrick is now on the mound, or out in the center circle, I should say, for Hiram. Man.
And Epperson goes out to play left field.
Wow. First pitch on the way to Heather Henry. She smacks the first one she sees, and Westmoreland will hold it third. And Heather Henry, now she's going to go to second on the throw in. They threw it into home, trying to keep Westmoreland where she is at third, and Henry advances on the throw. So now the Lady Dogs all of a sudden are in business with runners at second and third. How quickly did that happen?
I mean, very quickly.
2 pitches, and Cedartown has runners at second and third, and we've already up to Xylee Rodriguez in the 9 spot. She's going to smack the first pitch she sees to the right side. The catch is going to be made by the first baseman in foul territory. They threw in. No runners advancing, though. This game is moving extremely quickly, and the Hiram coach is coming out. He wants to talk.
He didn't give you time, did he? No, get in the dugout.
Hiram coach has just been restricted to the dugout. And, in the first game, there was a lot of jawing back and forth going on between the officiating. And now they made him go back in the dugout and then ask for time in the dugout, and now he's back out there. So I'm not sure what the question is. Was there some sort of
You should know. She can't start up on the mound just like that. She gotta be safe. She gotta look into the plate. That's all I'm saying.
So
they have some. Hear what they're saying.
They have some. They're asking some type of clarification about a pitch.
I think it was kind of a warning saying, look, you're just about not coming set or something, some sort of mechanical thing that, if you don't do that, if you don't fix it, I'm gonna call it on there. I'm gonna call you an illegal pitch, and it's gonna result in a run to come in, or something of that nature. Now, Xylee Rodriguez is back to the plate, so I guess there was an illegal pitch. So there's still nobody out, and it's still second and third, and I guess the count is 1-0.
All right, so here we go. So now we're set, and the pitch is on the way. Strike 1, call.
Really? Wow. That was outside by a foot, but strike 1 is the call.
And so we believe that the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss from Rodriguez. And she is behind in the count.
Well, Hedrick has a unusual stance. She kind of stands there with her arms out a little bit and then comes set and delivers the pitch, which is not something you see a lot. Like, she holds that glove out, and now she comes set.
And she smacks that one to the left side. That's going to get down. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Xylee Rodriguez is going to stand at second with a 2 RBI double, and the Lady Dogs add 2 more, and it is 9-6, and the Lady Dogs extend the lead.
You go, Xylee. That was a great looking hit. Xylee she's earning herself a spot in this lineup, and with her play at second base defensively. She's done a great job, and now back to the top of the order, the senior. Haven Barclay's 2 for 2 with a run scored.
That one's smacked to the gap, and that one's going to get down. The center fielder tried to cut it off, missed it, and that one is going to be a double for Haven Barclay and another RBI. 10-6 your score.
And now Lady Dogs up.
A 4-run lead. So Shaylee Pittman now comes to the mound, and things headed in the right direction for the Lady Dogs. A runner at second, 3 runs already across. First pitch on the way to Pittman, and that one misses well outside. Ball 1. Hedrick not being greeted nicely at all by this Lady Dogs lineup. Coming in relief of Epperson. And the pitch is on the way. That one in there for a called strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss there from Pittman. Strike 2 call. 3 runs across in the first, 4 runs across in the second, and now 3 so far here in the third for Cedartown. Pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch, but she hits it to the left side and through the gap. And she will be on at first. And we now have runners on the corners with still nobody out, and that's going to bring up Kinsley Boozer. Hiram scoring 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the third. But trail now here by 4. Boozer 1 for 2, a run scored and an RBI.
Didn't she have a tripler last time?
She did.
That was time called or I guess time was called. The pitcher was in her windup and stopped.
A chopper down the third base side and foul. So everybody will have to reset. Quentin just held up 1-1.
They may have called ball 1 on a on a balk or something, but the runners didn't advance. So
nope.
I'm not sure what that was all about.
He's holding up 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way. And that one's hit to the right side and out of play, foul. So the count will now go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hedrick going through her windup, and the pitch on the way. Good pitch there by Hedrick. Gets Boozer looking for the first out of the inning.
Just froze her. I mean, went off speed, and she wasn't expecting that. And got to tip your hat to the pitcher there, Hedrick, there on that strikeout looking. Kendall Howard, the batter, 1 for 3. RBI and a run scored. 3 stolen bases in the first game.
First pitch on the way to Howard. And that is hit to the left side. That's going to be in the gap if it gets down, and it will not. The play will be made by the center fielder. It's going to be a RBI nonetheless, though, as Barclay tags and comes home from third, and it is now 11-6. So another RBI for Howard. Shaylee Pittman stayed put over at first base. And that'll bring up Chastity Washington with 2 outs and a runner over at first.
3 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third so far.
And look at their double digits again for the 3rd game in a row. Pitch on the way to Washington, a chopper to the shortstop, off her glove, and everybody's going to be safe. Yep. Parker had to go to her knees, and just like you said, Andrew, it just ate her up, and nothing she could do with it.
Probably be an E6 there on the play. And she knocked it down, but wasn't able to get leather around it.
And that was going to be a tough play for her anyway, so a good attempt there by Parker. But that'll bring up Kristen Cash. Cash comes to the plate with runners at first and second, 2 outs. First pitch to her is popped up. It's going to be a play there for Reyes at second, and she'll come in and make the squeeze for out number 3, but not before the Lady Dogs strike for 4. 11-6 is your score. Cedartown on top. We'll go to the top of the 4th. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Are you ready for steel equipment, that is? At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Top of the 4th we go, and it's 11-6. 11 runs, 15 hits for Cedartown. 1 error, 6 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Hiram Lady Hornets. Kristen Cash will start her first inning here in the top half of the 4th. And that's foul away, strike 1.
2, 3, 4 due up. Kimbrell, Lonergan, Jones. Kimbrell 0 for 1. I wonder if she's any relation to Craig.
I doubt it seriously, but you never know.
That one's outside.
Craig Kimball's not from Georgia, though, is he?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think he's from, like, Mississippi or something, or Alabama.
1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out.
I will find out because I'm curious now.
And the pitch. Bunt there, but foul. So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, this is Cedartown's first doubleheader of the season, the first of many. The Lady Dogs will go on the road Thursday as we travel to Allatoona to take on the Buccaneers. That'll be the next broadcast for the duo of Andrew Carter and Sam Branch. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning as Kimbrell is down on strikes.
Speaking of Kimbrell, Craig Kimbrell, born May 28th, 1988, Huntsville, Alabama.
There you go.
Drafted by the Atlanta Braves in the 33rd round of the 07 draft.
First pitch in there to Lonergan is a called strike 1. So
that according to baseballreference.com.
With Huntsville, it's plausible or possible.
Maybe.
That one's fouled back.
I mean, I'm not related to Jimmy Carter, but he's from Georgia.
That's true. But then again, Carter is a pretty common last name.
It is. Kimbrell is not as
Maybe
common.
not as much. Cedartown football opens, of course, on Friday as we travel to Rockmart to take on the Jackets. Pitch on the way. That one misses outside, ball 1.
Of course, Kimbrell is, he's what, 36? I mean, he's old enough to have a daughter this age.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
1-2 the count on the Hornets first baseman. Pitch on the way. That one just misses, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pregame show for Friday night will start at 6 o'clock. Andrew Carter, Sam Branch, Kevin Myrick, the professor himself, Chris McKelvey.
Gonna be fun.
And then the broadcast will get underway. Called strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Kristen Cash, and there's 2 outs in the inning.
Might have been a little low, but called strike 3 anyway.
That'll bring up Jones, the backstop. The broadcast team for Friday night will be Andrew Carter, Joe McClendon, Bill Lundy on the sideline, and, of course, Frank Burgess Jr. Joseph Bailey will be on the camera. So that's going to be a fun night. You guys will probably kick off around, 7:10, 7:15, and then we'll have kickoff at 7:30.
That's the plan.
Internet permitting.
Pray for us.
We always say weather permitting, but in this situation, when we go to the Rock, it's internet/phone service permitting.
2 balls and no strikes as that one bounced up there.
And I mentioned this on Sports Talk on Monday, but a change in the schedule. Cedartown's first home game is no longer on a Friday night.
I'm not happy about that.
It has been backed up as that one misses up and in for ball 3. It has been moved back 1 day, and we will actually have our home opener on Thursday of that week, which I believe is the 22nd, if I'm remembering correctly. That one's in there, called strike 1. The count now 3 balls, 1 strike. That will also be senior night, and it will be against Berkmar. Yes, it is the 22nd of August instead of the 23rd. So if you mark your calendar, remark it. 3-1 the count on Jones. That's in there, called strike 2. Cash is wheeling and dealing here in the top of the 4th inning. She's already got 2 strikeouts, and now she's got a full count on the Hiram backstop Jones.
I'm sure we'll talk about this. First, we'll have the pitch on our show.
Hit to the right side. Off the glove of Pittman, but a good backup there by Boozer, and she'll get that in, and Jones will be aboard to extend the inning.
Yeah, that little short hop there, long hopped her, and unfortunately, the inning will continue. Northwest Georgia football has Cedartown Rockmart game as their top rivalry game of week 1. And I think the list of games I'm seeing, it's
by
definitely
far
right there.
No contest whatsoever.
And number 2 is Northwest Whitfield, Coahulla Creek. That's an inter-county rivalry there. North Murray at Dalton. That should be I don't know if it's a pretty good game, but should be a heated rivalry. Fannin County and Gilmer is always a very, very good rivalry game. Gordon Lee trying. That'll be good.
Reyes takes called strike 1, 0 for 1 with a run scored.
And this very high school, Hiram, will take on Paulding County, inter-county matchup there, and I think Hiram has a pretty good chance in that ball game.
That one's in the dirt. It's going to get away from Howard, so the runner will advance.
And according to Northwest Georgia football, Cedartown leads the series, 53 wins, 25 losses, 2 ties.
And they've been playing since 1923. Is that correct?
That is correct.
My goodness.
Each team has made a state title appearance each year since 2022. Cedartown in 2022 and Rockmart in 2023.
The 1-1 on the way. That one's going to be well outside, ball 2.
So this game, people might be watching the Corky Kell Classic on television, but this game,
this is the one you really.
This has everything you would ever want in a high school football game. Passion, rivalry. Just looking forward to it. That just missed ball 3 inside.
Just missed, yeah.
But you gotta love the small town rivalry. Cedartown, Rockmart, they getting together. It's just a lot of emotion, a lot of bragging rights. It's just what it's all about.
3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Chop down third base side and foul. That'll take the count full, 3-2.
Let's get this third strike and the third out right here.
If I remember correctly, I think there was a guy that may or may not have called a couple of football games that used to describe a rivalry as, what was it, good, clean, old-fashioned hate? Does that may or may not fit this this type of rivalry here?
I'd say for most it's good, clean, old-fashioned hate for the game. Others carry it to other parts of the year, but, there's that.
The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and Kristen Cash retires the side, 3 up, 3 down on strikes.
But that is not you and me, though.
Not at all.
Not at all.
We love our counterparts on the other side. 11-6 is your score as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Dogs on top. Lady Dogs trying to go 5-0. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Welcome back, Cedartown softball in the Big Double A. 11-6 the lead, Cedartown on top. It'll be Mariah Westmoreland to lead it off here, 7-8-9. Westmoreland, followed by Henry and Rodriguez, 7-8-9 here. Lady Dogs looking to add on to it. Hedrick back out in the circle for Hiram. Lady Dogs looking to win the series, sweep the doubleheader today, and go to 5-0 overall and 3-0 in region play.
Westmoreland showing that drag bunt, try to get things started off, and it is foul. So the count 0-1.
Mariah today, 1 for 2, a run scored.
The 0-1 on the way. And that one's cut down the first base side and foul.
I hope it's foul because it got kicked by the umpire.
I was going to say, if not, Blue made a heck of a play over there.
Sure did. Count is 0-2 now on Mariah.
Mariah made some good plays out in left field as well defensively for the Lady Dogs. Now in an 0-2 hole. The pitch on the way from Hedrick. Oh, good pitch there by Hedrick. They dropped it, but they'll throw down to first for out number 1. So after a rough inning in the third, Hedrick retires Westmoreland for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Heather Henry. Henry, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. She comes to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out. First pitch on the way. Strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. That one's going to miss high and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just a few weeks away from the start of the college football season. The biggest game of week 0 will be Georgia Tech and Florida State playing in Dublin, Ireland. That one is hit to the left side, and that drops its money, and it does. The green grass of old finds Heather Henry a 1-out single. So Henry's at first base, and that's going to bring up Zali Rodriguez. You know, a lot of people are saying that Florida State is a contender to win the ACC championship, and that they're going to go into Dublin and have no problem whatsoever with Georgia Tech. I beg to differ. I think the Yellow Jackets...
Don't look past Georgia Tech.
No.
I mean, Georgia Tech's not going to win the national championship.
And that one is smacked by Zali Rodriguez. That one's going to go to the fence. They're going to wave Heather Henry. She's around third. She's going to score, and Zali Rodriguez with another RBI and a double to the fence, and it's 12-6.
How about the day this young lady's having? 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored and a walk included. She's reached base every time she's been up. What a great day at the plate for her. And we head now back to the top of the order and Haven Barclay.
I think Haven Barclay is rubbing off on Zali Rodriguez a little bit here. Barclay takes that one in the dirt, ball 1. Barclay 3 for 3, 2 runs scored and an RBI.
Back to what you were saying, Georgia Tech may not win a national championship, but they're going to make some noise in the ACC.
I agree with you, and I think that opening game against Florida State could be one that could put the Seminoles in trouble if they start looking past it too soon. Now that I've said that live on the radio, Florida State's going to win that game 77-3. But you never can tell. 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way to Barclay. That one misses, ball 2. Gets away from the catcher, and Rodriguez will advance to third. That's really the only big week 0 game. Then we'll, of course, head into week 1, and that's when you get the some of the big matchups.
Doesn't Georgia have a big first game?
Clemson, right?
Yeah, playing Clemson.
The 2-1. That one misses, ball 3.
I'm not sure how good Clemson's going to be this year, but, you know, they're always going to be contenders. And I think, don't we still have a guy on Clemson's team? I don't know if we do or not. We got several of our Cedartown guys across the country on several different teams. That's inside for ball 4. That'll put runners on first and third, and a good at-bat there by Haven Barclay, and she'll be running on the next pitch. I think, Tony Mathis is at Houston. I know that.
Shaylee Pittman will come to the plate. She's 3 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Runners at the corners and 1 out. And the first pitch on the way from Hedrick. Runner goes, and that one's behind Pittman. Everybody's going to move up, including Rodriguez, who puts another run on the board, and it's 13-6.
Yeah, it's a great slide there by Rodriguez. And the second base, and she was going to get the stolen base anyway. Another stolen base for Haven Barclay.
This year, the first year of the 12-team playoff format in college football. If you win your conference in the Power 4, you're in. That one in the dirt and rolls up, so Barclay will move up. You also get a bye week in that first round of the playoffs, so you don't have to play in the first round.
I'll tell you who's going to be people are going to think I'm crazy when I say this. Jacksonville State. Look out for Jacksonville State. They have a chance to win Conference USA. They could be in that college football playoff. And the fact that Jack State, who last year was their first season competing in the FBS and won their bowl game. If you look at the other teams in the Conference USA, Jacksonville State has a very good chance to be in the college football playoff.
They do. They're going to have a tough one to open up the season. I believe they play Coastal Carolina on that Thursday night of Week 1.
That'll be tough.
But I think they get them at home.
Yeah.
So that one will be an interesting one. Our buddy Logan Maddox is going to be calling college football again this season. He'll be doing West Georgia on ESPN+. That one misses ball 3.
So West Georgia is now they're now in the ASUN Division 1.
So congratulations to our buddy Logan Maddox, product of WGAA Broadcasting and the Andrew Carter School of Broadcasting. That one smacked to the left side. A good play there by Kimbrell. She'll fire on to first for out number 2.
Run will score, though, from third, making it 14-6. Yeah, I'm really proud of Logan. Well, let me tell you, I had very little to do with him, with his success. He really did. He did most of it. I mean, I just kind of gave him an early opportunity in high school, and he went off to college, studied, got his degree, got his experience, and he's done well.
Kinsley Boozer smacks the first pitch that she sees right back up the middle, and Boozer will be on with a 2-out single.
That's an 8-run lead for Cedartown, 14-6. And I think if we get to 10 here in a moment, we're going to be close to we're in the 4th, so it might be 12 here in this one, but we'll see.
Either way, that will bring up Kendall Howard, who has just been a machine as of late. She is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Runner goes. The throw down to second. Nobody was home. The shortstop, Kimbrell, has to come over and cut it off, and Boozer is there easily with a stolen base standing up. So Boozer advances to second. And that pitch was well outside, ball 1. Pitch on the way to Howard. And that one smacked right back up the middle. Here comes Boozer around third. The throw in, and they are going to hold Boozer. And she'll have to hustle back to third base. The throw back is not in time. And we've got runners on the corners and another hard hit ball there by Kendall Howard. The Lady Dogs backstop, and once again, Cedartown threatening with Chastity Washington coming to the plate.
Cedartown up by a touchdown. 14-6 the score.
Washington was hit by a pitch and a chance to drive one here, and she hits it to the shortstop. Kimbrell will field, fire to first, and in time. But the Lady Dogs have a lead still. Strike for 3 more. 14-6 is your score. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Lady Dogs on top. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
14 runs, 19 hits for Cedartown in this ball game. 2 errors, 6 runs, only 4 hits allowed. 4 errors for the Hiram Lady Hornets, and Kristen Cash back out there in relief of Allie Elliott, who started the ball game in the circle. She's got herself a commanding 8-run lead here, 14-6. And the task is simple. Put another 0 up there on the board like we did in the 4th inning.
That's your opinion.
And Kristen Cash, after taking over, got out of a big jam with the lead still intact at 7-6 at the time. And Lady Dogs have doubled that total since then.
It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for Hiram.
Looks like we've got another discussion here between the home plate umpire and one of the coaches for Hiram. Maybe it's perhaps a lineup adjustment or something else. I don't know what's exactly happening. What I do know, Sam, is it is late and we'd like to play ball and get out of here. I know that.
Sir, I could not concur with you more.
And while, Hiram, and let me just say this about this region. I've mentioned this before. This is a very geographically friendly region. Because, Hiram's in Paulding County. They're literally right next door to us. Altoona is just outside of Paulding County. It's in Cobb, but it's literally right on the line. So we'll be going there. Technically a Dallas address. Looks like one of the coaches might have been thrown out because a new third base coach is going out there for Hiram.
I don't know if he's still in the dugout.
He's still in the dugout. Maybe he was restricted to the dugout. That might have been what it was. But regardless, the farthest we have to go is Whitfield County for Dalton and Southeast Whitfield. The rest are right nearby. Hiram, Altoona, Woodland, Cartersville, Cass, all just one county over, which is what a region's supposed to be. It's supposed to be teams that are close by.
That is. I agree. And, for multiple reasons. And one of those reasons is so that we're not traveling at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night as Epperson takes one out of the zone, ball one.
And I think when they compacted down these schools into 6 classifications, it kind of made the spread a little bit more wide.
Epperson delivers one to the left side, left center field gap. That one's going to get to the fence, and she will have a leadoff double. So Epperson said we may not be done yet.
That ball was scorched out there to left center field. She hit it on a line and got it out there quickly. And hit it so hard. I mean, it was between the gaps, so perhaps if it wasn't hit as hard, she might have had a triple, but she got a good hit there, and she leads off with a double.
So Cash will come set. First pitch on the way, and that's in there called strike one.
And I don't mean that the way it may have sounded. That was an outstanding hit there by Epperson. It's just that it was hit so hard that it got to the wall and then got to an outfielder pretty quick. But a great piece of hitting there by Epperson.
The 0-1 from Cash. That was going to get away from Howard. And so Epperson is going to move up to third.
Yeah, we need to get out of this extracurricular stuff right here. Epperson gets over to third base, as you mentioned, into one base away from scoring the 7th run.
Too late in the evening for shenanigans. 1-1 on the way. Strike 2.
I think she went for it. Maybe a check swing that wasn't checked.
1-2 the count. Cash looks in, and the pitch. A chopper to the right side, eats up Ziley Rodriguez. That's going to get away from her, and 1 run is going to score.
And that is the first mistake she's made today, but that was a wicked hop on her. 14-7 now, but we'll see how they score. I think it's got to be an error, though. But, man, what a crazy hop over there. Yeah, they're going to rule that as single.
And this will bring up Shaylin Shumway, number 3, who is pinch hitting in this one.
So they get the extra point. It's now 14-7. A touchdown lead for Cedartown. There's a strike.
And Shumway is behind in the count 0-1. So Cash ahead in the count here. Lady Dogs still looking for their first out here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way from Cash. And that's it to the left side. And Barclay will charge in and make the diving catch. It's Haven Barclay from center field for out number 1.
I mean, that's the norm for her when she's still an outstanding play, don't get me wrong. The exception is when she doesn't make that play. Yep. And that was an outstanding job there on the diving. She came in from her normal position, pretty much straightaway center field, and made a diving catch there at no man's land for the first out.
This will bring up Riley Gilly, who is going to pinch hit here. She's going to grab a bat. First pitch on the way to her. And they're called strike 1.
She has that Matt Olson style stance at the plate where she holds that bat straight up.
Yep.
think Walt Weiss also did that.
Walt Weiss.
When he batted in the 90s. Oh, yeah.
That one's going to bounce up there. The runner will move up to second. And the count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Cedartown will play at Altoona Thursday. Doubleheader there against a very good team. Altoona winner tonight in their ball game.
The 1-1. Call strike 2. Cash dealing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count on Gilly.
And I think a week from Thursday, first pitch, 2-2 is outside. You know, we have that football game that was rescheduled, but this softball team was supposed to play Cartersville. I don't know if they're going to reschedule that game or not. My guess is they will try to schedule it for another day, probably a Wednesday or a Saturday.
That one misses ball 3. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
They may play it during the game, but that a lot of times that is discouraged.
Yeah, I would
especially
say so.
It being a home game here for Cedartown
and
football
senior night.
And senior night. Yeah, 3-2.
Payoff pitch on the way. Called strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning.
Nice job of pitching there by.
And we'll go back to the top of the order. It'll be Lily Martinez, 0 for 2 with an RBI. So she comes to the plate with runner out at second base and 2 outs. 1 run aboard already. 14-7 your score. And she hits one high to the center fielder, but it'll be Haven Barclay who will park it and camp it. 1 run across. Lady Dogs still firmly in charge. 14-7 is your score. We will go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back after this break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Welcome back as we head to the home half of the 5th inning. Cedartown leads by a touchdown, 14-7. 14 runs, 19 hits, 3 errors. 7 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors as Hiram got a run back in the top of the 5th. For the Lady Bulldogs here in the bottom half, it looks like it'll be the top of the order. Due up. Cedartown scored 3 times. Looks like we've got another visit to the visitors' dugout by the home plate umpire, so that's going to stop us even more so.
I hope this one is just for roster clarification, lineup clarification,
yeah, me too.
I should say.
Me too.
And I think it is. So it looks like number 23, Chloe Ramey, is going to grab a bat. So Ramey comes to the plate.
Did she bat it against Woodland?
I don't remember. That one's in the dirt, rolled up there, ball 1.
Well, here, I'll look on here and tell you if she did or not. If not, this might be her first.
For some reason, I'm saying
bats.
no. Maybe so, though.
I don't see her on here.
1-0 the count, pitch on the way, and a chopper up the middle.
That's a base hit.
Get through. So her first at bat and a base hit for that young lady.
Yeah, I'm looking. The subs in that game are Rodriguez, Howe, and Waits.
So Chloe Ramey in her first varsity at bat gets a base knock as she hits it up the middle, and that'll be a leadoff single.
Way to go, Chloe.
Bella Howell will now grab a bat, and she will hit one, and that one is going to drop, and that's going to be a base hit. And Chloe Ramey had to wait for that one to find the grass. And so she will stand at second base, and we've now got runners at first and second, and nobody out.
You know, if there was more than one out, they might have called infield fly on that, but they didn't. Of course, it being nobody out.
Right. So that will now bring up number 10, Allie Elliott. She got the start on the mound for the Lady Dogs in this one. First pitch on the way to her is a chopper to the third base side. It'll be Reyes to charge. She wanted to flip to third. Nobody was there to cover in time, though, in Kimbrell coming in from the shortstop position, and everybody is safe, and the bases are loaded.
I don't know if they had a chance at a play there anyway.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
And now it's going to be Addison Smith to bat. Lady Dogs are emptying their bench here, up by 7 runs here in the 5th.
So number 25, Addison Smith, will grab a bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. So they're making sure their roster or their lineups are good, and now we're ready to go back to work.
Nobody out, bases loaded.
And Hedrick is ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one's high and away. Ball 1 on number 25, Addison Smith. Would this also possibly be her first varsity at bat?
I believe it may be.
Digs in, ready to go. Pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Addison Smith. Smith going no batting gloves. The 2-0. And that's hit to the left side. It'll be Kimbrell. They'll come home to get the out there.
Yeah, it's a force at every base with the bases loaded. They do get that out on the fielder's choice. But now it's the top of the order, and Haven Barclay will come to the plate with ducks on the pond.
So Tootsie Roll in the batter's box. And she's ready to roll. First pitch on the way from Hedrick. Upstairs, ball 1.
Hey, nobody better 6. Let's go.
Hedrick comes set, pitch on the way. And that one's hit to the right side. That one's going to find a gap. That one is deep, and that one's going to be gone. Haven Barclay clears the bases.
Is that her first varsity home run? I think it is.
Haven Barclay. Clean them all, young lady.
That's the ball game too, y'all. That's a game walk-off grand slam. Walk-off grand slam. 18.
18-7. You're right.
18-7, a walk-off grand slam for Haven Barclay. Wow. I'm telling you what, and that was no cheap shot. That ball landed in the ditch out there in right field.
I think that one caught everybody off guard.
It caught me off guard.
I was not ready. Wow.
Wow. Lady Dogs sweep the doubleheader and win the series against Hiram and go to 5-0 and 3-0 in region play, Sam. Wow. And what a dramatic way to end it, too, here in this 5th inning. My goodness gracious, that ball was crushed. Well, why don't we go ahead and wrap it up here because it is a late night. 18 runs, 23 hits for the Lady Bulldogs here in Game 2. 3 errors on defense. 7 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors for the Lady Bulldogs. Allie Elliott started the game, went 2 1/3, 4 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. Kristen Cash came in, 2 2/3 rather. 1 hit, 1 run, it was unearned, and had 5 strikeouts, no walks. So way to go, Lady Bulldogs. Your player of the game got to be Haven Barclay with that grand slam to end the ball game, and again continuing her on base streak. Outstanding job by the Lady Bulldogs tonight, Sam. They win 18-7.
Big win. Big win. Lady Dogs are going to win this series. Hopefully we will sweep it when we play Hiram later in the season to wrap things up. Lady Dogs will go on the road. We will travel to Allatoona on Thursday to take on the Buccaneers, and once again another doubleheader, another region matchup. So you'll want to be sure to join us then for that game. Game 1 will be a 5 o'clock first pitch, and then, of course, Game 2 will follow after that one. It's going to be another big matchup, and we hope that you will join us for that one. If you can't join us there, be sure to join us here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and the NFHS Network.
All right. For Sam Branch, I'm Andrew Carter. Remember, when the Dogs play, you'll hear them on the Big Double A. Good night and God bless here from CHS here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.